Hello everyone, welcome back to SR Tech Lab. If you haven't watched my previous video on how to reinstall macOS on a MacBook that wasn't booting and was stuck on the Apple logo, I highly recommend watching that video first. It covers the complete macOS reinstallation process and will help you understand this tutorial better. Once you've successfully reinstalled macOS, you can follow this video to update your unsupported MacBook to a newer version of macOS using OpenCore Legacy Patcher. In this demonstration, I'm upgrading from macOS 11 Big Sur to macOS 12 Monterey, but the same method can also be used for newer supported versions such as macOS Ventura and Sonoma, depending on your Mac model and the version of OpenCore Legacy Patcher. Before we begin, make sure you've backed up your important files. Let's get started. Download OpenCore Legacy Patcher. First, open your web browser and download the latest version of OpenCore Legacy Patcher from its official GitHub page. Once the download is complete, open the application. Once the download is complete, open the downloaded file. Drag the OpenCore Legacy Patcher application into the Applications folder. Next, open the Applications folder and launch OpenCore Legacy Patcher. If macOS displays a security warning because the application was downloaded from the internet, click Open to continue. If necessary, you can also allow the app from system settings greater than privacy and security. Once the application opens successfully, you're ready to continue with the installation process. Next step, download the macOS installer. Inside OpenCore Legacy Patcher, click Create macOS Installer. Next, choose Download macOS Installer. Select the version of macOS you want to install. In this example, I'm selecting macOS Monterey. Wait for the download to finish. Depending on your internet speed, this may take some time. Step 3. Prepare the USB drive. Now that the macOS installer has finished downloading, it's time to prepare the USB drive. Connect a USB flash drive with at least 16 gigabytes of storage. 32 gigabytes is recommended for newer macOS versions. Please note that all data on the USB drive will be erased, so make sure to back up any important files before continuing. In OpenCore Legacy Patcher, click Create macOS Installer. Since the macOS installer has already been downloaded, select the downloaded installer from the list. Next, choose your USB drive as the destination and click Continue to create the bootable macOS installer. This process may take several minutes, so please wait until it completes. Now it's time to build and install the OpenCore bootloader. OpenCore acts as a bridge between your Mac's hardware and the newer version of macOS. It allows unsupported Macs to boot and run operating systems that Apple no longer officially supports. Click Build and install OpenCore, then select your internal drive and complete the installation. Once the installation is finished, we'll restart the Mac and boot from the USB installer. Now that OpenCore has been installed successfully, it's time to boot from the USB installer. Restart your Mac. As soon as you hear the startup chime or immediately after the screen turns on, press and hold the Option key until the Startup Manager appears. Select EFI Boot, which was created by OpenCore Legacy Patcher. Once the OpenCore boot menu appears, choose Install macOS Monterey or whichever version of macOS you downloaded. After selecting Install macOS Monterey from the OpenCore boot menu, your Mac will boot into macOS recovery. Don't worry, this is completely normal. Once the recovery screen appears, click Install macOS Monterey and then click Continue. Read and accept the software license agreement. Next, select your internal Macintosh HD or whichever drive you want to install macOS on and click Continue. The installation will now begin. Your Mac will restart several times during the installation process. This is normal, so don't turn off your Mac or disconnect the power until the installation is complete. The installation is now complete. After your Mac starts up, log in as usual. To verify the installation, click the Apple menu, select About this Mac, and you can see that the macOS version has been successfully updated. As you can see, my Mac is now running macOS Monterey successfully using OpenCore Legacy Patcher. On some unsupported Mac models, OpenCore Legacy Patcher may recommend installing post-install root patches. If you see this option, simply open OpenCore Legacy Patcher, click Post-install root patch, and follow the on-screen instructions. If no root patches are required, you can continue using your Mac normally. If you haven't watched my previous video on how to reinstall macOS, be sure to check it out. The link is available in the description. If you have any questions or run into any issues, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.